John Hunt was born on May 28, 1900, near London. He was from a wealthy background. His father ran a successful architectural practice. John's father encouraged him to pursue the interest in antiquity from a very young age. When war broke out in 1914, work dried up in architecture. John's father joined the army, and when eligible, John served in the military for 2 years. In 1929, John met Gertrude Graetz, a German woman which he started a relationship with. The couple married in 1933. They travelled to France, Austria and Switzerland, obtaining small historical artifacts. As time went on, the couple started looking for a publicly accessible building for which they could showcase their art. Craganowen Castle became available, but did not have full capacity to house the collection, so some was kept at the University of Limerick. Eventually, after a public campaign, a suitable location was found to house the Hunt collection. It was the old Custom House on Limerick's Quays. The Hunt Museum was opened here, officially, in 1997. It now houses many of their artifacts, and it is a fitting tribute to the hard work that John and Gertrude put in throughout the years. John and Gertrude Hunt preserved and celebrated Irish history and culture. They gifted Ireland a wealth of treasures. John Hunt was very interested in early Christian artifacts. The most treasured historic artifacts are housed in the treasury of the museum, including Arthur's Cross, Arthur's Chalice, and Cashel Bell. It also consists of many ancient pieces of weaponry or armor, including a flint arrowhead and a Bronze Age sword hilt which has been encrusted with jewels. The museum has a collection of gauntlets. One of their most intact gauntlets has the thumb piece missing. It was presumed to belong to a Spanish soldier from the failed invasion of Britain. There are many paintings which have been created by several famous artists, one being Painting an Atlantic Drive by Jack Yates. This reliquary pendant cross, also known as Mary, Queen of Scots crucifix, is on display in the Hunt Museum. The crucifix was worn by Mary when she was executed. Mary had 3 husbands throughout her life, and after an uprising against her and her 3rd husband, she was forced to abdicate the throne and fled to England to her cousin Queen Elizabeth. However, Queen Elizabeth accused Mary of plotting to assassinate her. Following a trial, Mary was found guilty and subsequently executed. The oval-shaped pendant opens to expose a crucifix inside the hollow frame. There is also a skull placed at the bottom of the body of Christ. The cross has the words, "Behold who suffered what, and for whom he suffered," engraved on the side. The rearing horse is rumoured to be linked to a drawing of Leonardo da Vinci's, held in the Royal Library in Windsor Castle in England. It is placed on a wooden block and is moulded similarly to drawings da Vinci had done for another monument years before. He was commissioned to paint a mural for the Florentine government to represent the Battle of Anghiari, but never finished. What he did paint was destroyed 50 years later, as he never returned. In preparation for this, he studied horses and completed drawings very similar to this artifact. There are also other models similar to this one on display in New York, Budapest and London. In January 2004, shortly after the Hunt Museum was presented with the Museum of the Year award, a major controversy erupted. The Simon Wiesenthal Center, an eminent Jewish human rights organization, wrote a letter to then President of Ireland, Mary McAleese. In the letter, Dr. Shimon Samuels from the Wiesenthal Center called upon President McAleese to withdraw the Museum of the Year award that she had presented a few weeks earlier. Dr. Samuels claimed that John and Gertrude Hunt had extensive pre-war Nazi connections. Dr. Samuels outlined in the letter that there was a lack of information on the provenance of the Hunt Museum collection. He urged that the Hunt Museum collection should be investigated and verified for its provenance, as he insinuated that the Hunt Museum contained items looted by the Nazis from Jewish families. The letter also alluded that the Hunts had moved from London to Neutral Island in 1940 to escape surveillance, as the British were suspicious of their alleged espionage activities during the World War II period. There were allegations that the Hunts had close personal ties to Adolf Marr, who was then the director of the Irish National Museum and the leader of the Nazi Party in Ireland. Dr. Samuels reiterated the Hunts' close business relationships with notorious dealers in art looted by the Nazis. A state-funded inquiry was set up to investigate the allegations. In 2007, the controversy was at last put to rest. After 3 years of investigation, the Royal Irish Academy issued a report, which not only clears the Hunts of any wrongdoing but also criticised the Wiesenthal Foundation for making heinous claims based on unsubstantiated evidences. The report was written by Dr. Lynn Nicholas, a renowned scholar of Nazi looted art. The aggressive view taken by Dr. Samuels had ruffled a lot of feathers in Ireland. One aspect of this was the Irish neutrality adopted during World War II, which was reinforced by anti-British feeling. There was also the reminder of anti-Semitism sentiments in 20th century Irish history. Furthermore, the fact that Ireland sheltered Nazi fugitives after World War II was very much part of the hidden agenda of debate at the time of the Wiesenthal letter.